Alright, so here we're sort of at a bit of a stalemate. Last thing you want to do is get yourself rim rocked, which is where you can't climb up, can't climb down. So if you see the front here, we've got this massive boulder here and that one there. So I've been down the bottom. It's a bit dodgy to get along underneath them, and I've come up here above them and did this one a few years ago, but the tree sort of moved a bit as it's grown. So we've got this tree here, which is easy enough to lean on whilst you scale it down, and same thing coming back up, but I'll leave that for another day. So failing that, I can come back here and go, you can see up there, and go over the top of this one and go over the top of the whole lot. But been out for a while today already. It's pretty hot, pretty humid, so I might come back and do that another day. Also, you're getting pretty high. The higher you get, the more grass you're walking on, the more junk from the trees that you're stepping on. So I'd rather do that when I'm fresh instead of already having done a few mountains today. Well, it's on the way out. Went down the bottom, sort of staying pretty close to the water. Got up to that stalemate with the rim rocking situation. Then we're going to go back sort of midway, see how we go. Alright, going midway, it's always a bit more dangerous because you're obviously a lot higher up, a lot higher above sea level, which means if you miss your step, it's going to be further to fall. So just taking a little bit more time, making sure that I can make the footholds and handholds that I'm going for, because you really can't afford to slip up here. As you can see down there, there's that hole straight in front of me. That's probably a good 50 meters in there down to the bottom. Same all around. There's little gaps in between the rocks everywhere, and like I was saying the other day, you don't know if the gaps are going to be, 1 meter or 100 meters. And then this is what I was talking about before. It's the higher up you get, the more sort of tree leaves and bracken you got to deal with. You got this patch of stuff right here. It's just lightly falling on the crack between the rocks, so you don't want to stand on something and discover that there's nothing there. Not only there's nothing there, there's nothing for 100 meters under it. So no stupid footsteps on top of the unknown. Yeah, right, I might go back down the bottom. We're going suss this out, but there's a bit of a jump by the look of it. I'm really not too keen on doing any jumps that are too big around here. Well, I've got that tree there, so now I'm committed. Right, so here, when I'm jumping down, just staying as close to that tree root as possible, because you know that's obviously growing on something stable. And then as soon as I can, back onto the rocks. So that wasn't too bad, getting down there. Bit of a jump, but I had something to lean on the whole way. It's those leap of faith jumps that you got to worry about. But even then, you can usually get around them. without having to do it. It's the same situation when I get to these big ones. I want to just have a decent look around and find out the safest way to go around it without too many risks. Alright, so I'm going to go back down again. And wherever I can, 2-foot landing, just to share that impact. Unless it's only a passing footstep, as in you're in the motion of running or jogging. But any dead weight jumps where you're going to be stationary once you hit the deck, then 2-foot landing, just to ease that impact on your knees. Otherwise, if you do it all day, you feel it by the end of the day. Alright, so you can see here all these rocks down there, the brown ones. You really got to know your tides, because a couple of hours that'll all be underwater. So you wouldn't want to be relying on that path to get back, or you would be going for a swim. And you're going for a swim with box jellyfish and irukandji. So not the most fun if they're in there. But as you can see before, with that current, the way it's sweeping those coral spores up, coming from the southeast, coming from the southeast, so not the greatest danger for stingers on that current. More so when you get a northerly wind, it blows them all down from the north, and then you get a situation like the other day where the clubbies caught 40 box jellyfish in about 30 metres of water, doing a sweep with the net. I'm just putting it down there because there's a big school of fish. I don't know if you can see them or not. Just bait fish, they look pretty cool though. Yeah, so 40 box jellyfish in about 30 metres of water, 30 or 40 metres. So when that northerly wind comes, they are out there, and they will kill you, or they'll give you a heart attack, either way. Alright, so I'm back to where I recognise the rocks again, which is always a good sign. And generally it's just common sense. I can do a run that I haven't done in a couple of years, and after a while you realise you're stepping in exactly the same footsteps that you did last time you ran it a couple of years ago. Just seeing that line, seeing that safe line, and stepping where it makes sense, which a lot of the time, unless you have a lobotomy, will be in the same place. Another good example here, if you can see that gap down there, straight through here. Okay, that's about, you can see right over the top there, it's about 80 metres down the bottom there. And you look around, you see how big all these rocks are, you think, oh, that's pretty stable, must be on something solid. Whereas, no, not entirely. Just massive granite boulders, where the softer rock and the dirt in between them over time has washed away and left them sort of balancing in the middle of nowhere. That's why a lot of these rocks look like someone's played a game trying to balance them on top of each other. It's not the fact that they've been in a landslide and just ended up there or anything. They've actually been pushed up through the earth when there was other stuff coming up with it, and then these ones being the most solid have remained while all the rest has fallen away, and when it falls away it leaves them, like I was saying, just balancing. Alright, it's a bit of a dangerous one here. Bit of a, you can see that light area. I don't know if you can tell too much for the camera. Bit of a spine here, and each side you got, I don't know, about 20 meters outside.